So once you have your chart up, we're going to go into design blouses. What we're looking for is a bodice that has only the side dart on the front and no darts on the back. So I've got side darts selected, no torso dart, back dart, no darts, 0 torso darts. Go back into style, jewel neck. We're going to have to put a sleeve in, so we're doing classic. No closure in the front. We'll do a back zipper. Sleeve requires a short setting sleeve. Save. We're going to save it as Harriet Pippin, page 41. I've already got mine saved, so I'm not going to save it here. But then the next thing we have to do is to cut the front bodice off at the waistline. So let me move these out of the way. Select, zoom selected, ungroup. I'm going to draw a line. Make sure your lines are black, solid line, thin. Select your line tool. We're going to right click at this intersection right here at the waistline. Hold your control key, drag straight across. I'm going to intersect the center front to that waistline. And then I'm going to delete these two. I'm also going to intersect here to here. Next thing that needs to happen, let me go ahead and drag around to select those objects and group them. I'm going to zoom select it and zoom out a little bit. I'm going to copy, hold the control key down to move it straight across. Select the copy, flip it on its vertical axis. Hold the control key and move it back to the center front. And line those center front lines up. They almost seem to disappear, but you can scroll in or zoom in closer. That looks perfect. I'm going to hold my shift key and select both. Then I'm going to ungroup. I'm going to go ahead and move my text out of the way into the shoulder seam or shoulder area. I like to get rid of these copyright text. Next thing that has to be done is to draw a guideline. I'm going to zoom window into these bust points. These are your bust apex markers. So I'm going to draw a line from the center of each. So I select my line, right click in the center, right click in the center. Now, because we're going to be moving these darts, we need to, and these bust points will be in the way. I'm going to copy and scoot them towards the center. So select one, copy, hold your control key, click once with your mouse, scoot it inward, release your whole control key, do not click your mouse, type in 1.5 and hit enter. So this is 1.5 away. So I can go ahead and delete this. I want to go ahead and intersect the center line to the guideline. This is your guideline. Let's go over here and do the same thing. Select that bust point, copy. Click once, holding your control key down, move it inward. Let go, do not click your mouse. Type 1.5 and hit enter. Measure distance, right click in the center, right click in the center, 1.5 inch. This one needs to go away. That just scoots them out of the way. And then you intersect. The next thing we need to do is to merge in our image. Once you've got your merged image in, and you've grouped your front patterns, we're going to scale. So we need to measure what this front center line is here. Click once, click again, 35 inches. Get your calculator up. We need to ungroup this and measure this, 15 inches. 15 divided by 35, 42.8%. So we're going to come in here and we're going to SZ 42.8% proportional. I'm going to shrink it. Group your pattern again. Bring it over here. Still not right. This is still too big. At least lengthwise. We want to get at least lengthwise. So let's SC again. Let's do it another 10%. No, let's do it another 10%. What does 20% do? 20% is about perfect. I could go ahead and increase it another 0.5%. I think I will. Grow it 0.5. I think that's pretty close. I might grow it another 0.5 inch. Or 0.5%. I just want to get the center front. I think that'll work. So now I'm going to change my line. We'll go with heavy blue line. And I will draw these lines here. Draw the first one, space bar, right click at the end of it, draw it to here, space bar. I like to get close so I can see where I'm ending, so right click here, space bar, right click here. All right, let's go ahead and put this back over here. Line it up. And we're going to, since we've already got that selected, hold down your shift key, select these blue lines, and make a copy. Now what I want to do, this is still grouped, so this is going to work. I'm going to move this point to here. And then I'm going to just kind of adjust. I'm going to hold my control key down. I'm just going to kind of adjust these. to where it looks even. Let's draw some guidelines. Let's change that. Right, so let's move this over a little bit more where it touches the guide. Let's copy this guide, move it over to here. I think this can be moved a little bit. That doesn't look too awful. This line is a little bit longer, but I think I can work with that. I don't know if I want to move this anymore. No, that puts it off. Just keep working with it until you have something that you like. I think that'll work. So I'm going to take these guidelines out. I'm going to ungroup this. Now we can start laying in the green lines. Okay, now that we've got our zigzag, we need to make sure that all this is ungrouped. I'm going to change my line color now again to a green line, same thickness. Actually, I can go down a little bit more. And we need to draw in these dark transfer lines and the slash and pivot lines. So let's zoom in here. Now you could use the quick and dirty method, but I would rather do it manually. So let's draw a line from this pivot point to here. Space bar, right click on that point to here. You know what? Those need to be dashed lines, so let me change them. And let me change it down here. The next one is, these are pretty much evenly spaced. This one will go up to this marker here, and this one will go about halfway. So I'm going to go ahead and put a midpoint there. And then I'm going to draw another green line somewhere close to the center. Click once. I'm going to right click at the junction of those two objects. Space bar, click once, click at that midpoint. We've got basically 4 lines that go up to the shoulder, and it's probably about halfway. So let's put a midpoint here. Right click on the midpoint, down to here, space bar, click, click, space bar, click, click. That's not right. Let's take that out. This one goes up to the shoulder or to the armhole, so let's click and click. And actually that goes over, so let's try that one again. Click and click. Still don't like that too much. Let's try a midpoint here. Line. Right click on the midpoint. Come over here. Let's move these points. Right click. And let's do some intersection. I think that looks a little bit better. All right. So now we have to do a dark transfer into here. Looks like the midpoint is going to be just over the center line. So let's draw that one first. Midpoint, right click, click, space bar, right click, click, space bar, right click, click. And then this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Let's try doing 4 points along this shoulder seam. Line, right click, no, don't like that. So let's just manually do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what happens when I put 4 points here. Can't see them, but you can certainly right click on them. And now attach. Kind of move these around. That looks pretty good, so let's intersect. intersect all your green lines to your blue lines, and all of your green lines to the stitching line. We're going to be cutting them apart for slash and pivots. All right. Next up, we're going to put the grain line symbol in. Actually, let's go ahead and do that now. Two-way grain. I'm going to go 3 inches. Let's do a vertical first. I need to change that. Okay. I need to rotate this by angle. I'm gonna group it first, and then I'm going to rotate it by angle. Right click in the center. I want 45 degrees. I'm going to copy it, place the copy right on top of it, so, and then flip it vertically. So there's your grain line, and I'm going to group it, and then I'm going to make a copy and put it over on the other side. Okay, so we've got our grain lines. I've lost this. Where have I lost this? Let's copy this and put it back to where it belongs and move it out of the way again. Okay, now we can copy this, move it over, intersect here to here, intersect here to here. I want to break apart the center front line, so I'm going to break it in the center here. Click once, double click, space bar, click once, double click. Do some intersections here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, let's put some center front text in. Alright, so now we've got our center front text in. I'm going to move this over some more. because I need to select this side now. Deselect everything we don't want. Going with this. Copy. That can go away. So that. Let's intersect this front up here. Intersect this to here. Break this in the center. Click once. Double click. Intersect here to here. Here to here. Get rid of that. And intersect this to this. Get rid of that. Intersect here. Let's go ahead and put in our center front text. Okay, now we want to do the markers. I've already got my green lines, so I know pretty much how far I can do a marker. So let's put some points in. I want to put a point in here. Let's try 1 inch. That didn't work. Let's put a point in 1/2 inch. I'm going to change the color, the style, and the thickness to the regular. And then I'm going to draw a line from this point here. We want to come over here and do the same thing. Locate a point 1/2 inch in, draw a line here to here. Let's measure from here to here. Let's do a 1/4 inch. And a 1/4 inch into here. I'll label these here in a minute. Let's do 1 inch into here. And 1 inch into here. Let's do 1 inch into here. Inch into here. Let's do 1 inch to here. inch into here. This is a 1/2 inch, so let's do a 1/4. Quarter inch here. And then I'm going to put a little mark right here that this will match up to. Okay, so now we're going to put some text in. A. And I'm going to move that text on top of this. Select that line and group it. Come over here. This is A. This is going to be B. B. This is going to be C, so I'm right-clicking at the end of the point to place my text. This is C. I'm going to move this a little bit. This is D. This is D. E. F. G. We will mark the center fronts. And then I'm going to put a text down. Let's put a line here. Put a text, H. And then just put a text here of H. All right, so we've got our alignment markers made. Now we're ready to start our slash and pivots.